Will Smith is a twat.
Oh, I liked him.
Will Smith has been hiding the fact of who he really is, and it was exposed that night. That he's really an asshole.
Rob Schneider is tearing away Hollywood's shiny mask, and his first target, none other than Will Smith.
Oh, wow. Wow. Will and his wife was fucking her son's friend, okay?
Because now, 3 years after that infamous Oscars slap, Will Smith has fallen from the beloved Fresh Prince to Hollywood's most mocked figure. Just see for yourself.
Did you ever speak to Chris Rock after the slap? Because he's your mate.
Yeah.
I would have been straight on the phone if it was my mate getting slapped.
No, but
going,
I was in a sticky situation because I was actually, an elected official of the union at the time.
Oh.
Will Smith is a twat.
Oh, I liked him.
Will Smith has been hiding the fact of who he really is, and it was exposed that night. That he's really an asshole.
But
he's a deep, dark thing. To do that in front of all those people and to a really great, legendary comedian who's literally the best comedian of our generation.
Sure.
You wouldn't have this whole wave of comedy that came after if it wasn't for Chris Rock. He's kicked open the doors. So for him to do that, but I wasn't allowed to say anything at that time because we were part of the committee that was supposed to punish him.
And how do you punish him?
Wow, wait. Just back up a second. Hang on.
I want to know
Will
what the punishment
Smith is like, for me, when I met him, right, I always say...
Like the nicest, most wonderful... He's a liar. Complete, utter fraud.
Really?
It was exposed in that time.
Okay, we all thought in that time, he was under all this pressure, though. And
I didn't.
it was a
I've been
snapped
under pressure.
moment.
Kyle's been under pressure. You've been under pressure.
Interesting you say that about
Will.
Will.
No, Will is a douchebag, and that's something that you can't... The thing is, that's how politically correct the Academy is.
Right.
That they were so cowardly. Because if I would have done that, they would have been hauled out to prison. But because they were so worried about being, racist or whatever, they were like, we can't be... The point is, violence is what it is, and what the color of your skin or your religion doesn't matter.
Sure.
If you commit a crime in front of other people, you get hauled out of there.
And here's why I believe Rob is spot on. It was as if the Academy, the audience, and even Chris Rock were frozen in disbelief, while Will Smith sat there unfazed, reportedly defying the Academy's order to leave after launching a full-blown assault on a fellow comedian over a mild joke.
He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
Okay, I'll be honest. It was Chris Rock's sheer composure that stopped it from exploding into a full-blown brawl on stage. Absolute respect for him, standing there, filled with fear and anger, yet still doing his job. But nothing will ever erase that stain from Will Smith's legacy, no matter how many new films, awkward music videos, or apology interviews he puts out. And don't pity him either, because even after that staged apology his publicist pushed to dodge a lawsuit, his latest so-called freestyle rap shamelessly rubs that moment in Chris Rock's face.
And I am too grown to play childish games. But if you talking crazy out your face up on the stage and disrespect me on the stage, expect me on the stage. Expect me on the stage.
Do you see why no one falls for that slick apology video he made just to save face? Especially after the whole industry turned on him, even Chris Rock's own mother.
When Will slapped Chris, he slapped all of us, but he really slapped me.
Why do you say that?
Because when you hurt my child, you hurt me.
Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize And, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. That was a horrific night, as you can imagine. There's many nuances and complexities to it, but at the end of the day, I lost it. I was gone. I was, that was a rage that had been bottled for a really long time.
And yet he's the same man spotted dancing backstage with his first Oscar, surrounded by a crowd that seemed hypnotized, forgetting what had just unfolded moments earlier. But Denzel Washington pulled Will aside after the slap, grounding him with a warning. At your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you. And it truly seemed like a devil had taken over him, because even Jim Carrey, who rarely steps into controversies, slammed both Will Smith and the Academy for failing to act when it mattered most.
You watched it unfold, and then what happened after?
I was sickened. I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore. If you want to yell from the audience and disapprove or show a disapproval or say something on Twitter or whatever, you do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
But how did Chris Rock respond? He didn't fight back, and he didn't cash in by suing for millions like he easily could have. Instead, he had the final laugh, literally. The man who stood on that stage with unmatched composure finally unleashed it all in a Netflix tell-all special worth $40 million. And this time, his words cut Will Smith far deeper than the slap ever did.
Y'all know what happened to me, getting smacked by Suge Smith. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Yes, it happened. I got smacked like a year ago. Last week, I got smacked in the Oscars by this. And people like, did it hurt? It still hurts, because everybody knows what the happened. Everybody that really knows I had nothing to do with that. I didn't have any entanglements. I did not have any entanglement. And then for people that don't know, what everybody know, his wife was her son's friend, okay? Now, I normally would not talk about this, but for some reason, these put that on the internet. I have no idea why two talented people would do something that low down. What the that we all been cheated on. Everybody in here have been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television.
And that was like reaching straight into Will Smith's heart and twisting where it hurt the most, because he'd already turned himself into a public embarrassment long before the Oscar slap, and long after it. It began with that humiliating red table talk, where he sat nodding like a fool as his wife explained why it was his fault she cheated with their son's best friend. You couldn't script something this unreal. All that rage and humiliation built up inside Will for years before it finally exploded on the Oscar stage for the world to witness. It's a harsh reminder of how ignored boundaries resurface in the ugliest ways, and how 30 seconds of rage can destroy 30 years of legacy. But let me know how you piece together this ugly puzzle of Will Smith's life. Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more spicy stories ahead.